Hey, good morning, fam. Coach G here. Just so excited. Um, so excited this morning to share with you a couple of things. And I'm just laughing because it's amazing how people can perceive a certain situation. Driving through, drive through this morning, get me a coffee. It's so funny because I'm on the way to get a haircut and kind of get some different things ready for our trip. We're getting ready to go away for a couple of days. Business, part leisure, and just spend a few days with some really amazing people, some of our mentors and coaches, and have a couple of days with my girls, and just a great thing. But I'm driving through the drive-through, and if you look, in Mama's SUV is packed with stuff. Why is that? Well, no, we're not driving all the way to Florida, okay? However, it is a significant weekend for me coming up because it is the weekend that we take baby girl to college for her first time, right? So she'll be walking in to school for her first time Monday morning, and so we get back, and then we next morning we take her up there. So we have all her stuff packed in here in Mama's SUV, getting ready to do that. But driving through, the guy's like, hey, you moving, you living out of your car, like, what's up? It was just so funny. Anyway, perception is crazy, man. I learned something in sales a long time. It's called Pike. Perception is king everywhere, and it really is. It's not necessarily what is, it's what people perceive it to be. That's the question. So let me get some of the sun on my face. It's what people perceive it to be. That's the question. And that's a great segue into what I want to talk to you about this morning. Last night, matter of fact, I had an epiphany. As a Christian in my faith, we have a place called the altar, and the altar can mean a lot of things. It's the place where you go and you spend time with the Lord. You can spend time with Him anywhere, but it's kind of a place that for me personally, it's come to be a place where I can go spend some intimate time with my God in heaven. Okay, I can cry out to Him. I can battle. I can complain. I can really just get an idea and get my thoughts together, my emotions together, and really have some clarity come in on some things. And in me, sometimes it's physically laying in the front of an empty church. In the front of the altar, and that space is a lot of times called the altar, right where the pastor ministers his message and whatnot. But I spend a lot of time there, man, just laying out in solitude and quiet time and meditation and prayer, and I just thought how interesting it is that these things can be multiple uses, right? And it's whatever you see it to be. That altar can be a place of pain. It can be a place of healing. It can be a place of blood and war, when you're fighting for your family. And it can be a place of grace and mercy. It's interesting how that position serves two things based on what you see it to be and based on where you're at in life. So my encouragement to you guys today is this: anytime something happens in life, understand everything, not just some things, but everything, good, bad, ugly, I mean, you name it, it is happening for you, not to you. So you got to get rid of that mentality. Early on, I had to get rid of the mentality of this is happening to me, it's happening to me. That whole victim mentality, man, and it's so dangerous and so toxic and so poisonous for yourself. You're gonna miss every major life lesson that you're supposed to attain and grow into, and you'll be stuck in seasons, man. You'll be stuck in cycles because you're not gonna be growing through things. You're not becoming anything because every test, every situation that's come to grow you, you've labeled it as some kind of a victim ploy. I was there, and I missed a lot of growth that I had to revisit again in life. It's going to keep coming back around until you learn it, man. I'm telling you, these things keep coming back around. If you see the same things keep coming back around in your life, there's two reasons for it. One, you have not grown from it yet, okay? One, you have not grown from it. There's a lesson to be learned there. Two, you know what you're supposed to do, but you lacking the discipline to keep it from happening again. Either not strong enough to make good choices. Keep letting toxic people in your life. I mean, all these different things, right? So good coaching would help you out with that, and kind of separate and categorize those things and figure out what's what. But listen, understand these things are happening for you, not to you. No matter the most disastrous thing in your life is happening for you, there's something to be learned there. In every adversity, there's a seed of equal and greater benefit or opportunity. And I just believe that with my whole heart, because I've seen it in my life, and I've missed it in my life, and I've taken advantage of it in my life. And I'm telling you, there's no growth like the growth you're going to get when you grow through, not go through stuff, but grow through things in a healthy way. And it starts with a perspective, and that's why I started off today talking about the perspective on what people see and how you see things. Just like the gentleman thought that I was living out of my car or moving. He's kind of right, I guess, but he kind of looked at me all funky because it just looks weird, right? I got stuff everywhere, but he didn't know. And so what my challenge to you guys today is, what are you going through that may be heavy? What keeps showing up in your life again and again, pattern wise or cycle wise? And to really take a look at it and dissect it and say, what am I supposed to do here? In my life, I say, God, what are you trying to show me? What am I supposed to see here? Who am I supposed to become through this? Speak to me, guide me, let me really have wisdom and discernment for this. And great things will continue to happen as long as you continue to see them right. If you change how you look at something, you change exactly what it is. You can change the whole thing if you change how you look at it. It's funny because I listened to one of my mentors early on was a guy named Miles Monroe, Dr. Miles Monroe. Talked a lot about the kingdom of God, different things, business and different stuff, but he said something that was very fascinating. He said, you can change your past. You can go back in time and change your past. And we're like, yo, who would not want to do that? I mean, sometimes you're like, dude, if I could change one thing, I know exactly what I'd do. Yes, we can get super spiritual, and I wouldn't change anything because it made me who I am. But honestly, even though that's correct, how many of you would like to undo some stuff that you did, right? And just avoid the massive pain unnecessarily going through, right? So he said you can change your past. You can go back in time. And I'm thinking, how in the heck are you going to do that? And he said, you change your past, and you go back in time and change your past by changing how you think about that situation. Because you can actually go back and change something negative into a positive, if you change the way you see it. My childhood was interesting. Mom and dad, I love them with my whole heart. They're amazing and ridiculous, amazing people. They love us to the ends. But we had some dysfunction growing up, that's with any family. But I could have looked back and said, and there was a point in time where I did look back and was very angry about certain things in my childhood, in my past. But I look back, now and say, okay, I choose to see certain things differently because it's all perception. I chose to see them negative. I can choose to see them positive. Did they make me who I am? Yes. Did certain things come out of it? Yes. Where was God in those situations? How did he show up for me in those situations? Where could it have gone otherwise? I look at all these things, and I had to dissect certain situations in my life to have a healthy understanding of that, because it added to the substance and character of me now. And I was missing that part for a very long time, that piece, that puzzle to my character and to who I am, because I chose to see it differently. But when I did choose to now spin it and really understand the power of that and what was really happening when I removed my emotions and my immaturity from it, because obviously I decided how I saw things based on my immaturity when I was young, and it stayed with me. You can't see things at 10, 15 years old with the same eyes and mind you see when you're 40. If you do, something's wrong. You haven't grown. And so by changing that, I was able to change the actual situation to where I'm like, wow, that was a fantastic day, instead of, oh my God, I can't believe it happened to us. I'm going, man, that was amazing. That was, God was all over that. Like, yo, amazing. And I was able to change a lot of my past because of that. Also, not hold yourself hostage to your past. We've all made bad choices. We've all made mistakes. You are not your choices. You are not your mistakes. Those are things you did and chose, but doesn't mean it's who you are. You can decide differently daily. Do not hold yourself hostage to your choices in the past or your mistakes. That's a massive one. Free yourself. Free yourself from that, okay? This is all going back to perception and perspective, okay? We hold ourselves hostage. Oh, that's who I am. This is who I am. No. That's what you did. You can choose to be anybody. You can choose to be anything. People say, well, this is how I am. This is who I am. No. You became that person through conditioning. Behavioral, societal conditioning. What you read, what you listened to, who you hung out with. You did not have a single original idea when you were born. Everything was given to you by some way, shape, or form. Influence, parents, family, whatever. I believe you're born with a spirit, a healthy spirit. I believe that you're born with a sense of right and wrong to a certain extent. But I believe that can be perverted through time and influence and culture. And if you have become something, you can become something else. It's breaking the pottery to melt it and remake it. You know, we always talk about the Lord having to break us to remake us. You know, we're in the potter's hand. They refer to God as the potter a lot, to remake the vessel, to remake you. And it's so interesting because I really want to encourage you guys that in your most broken time, in your most hurt time, understand there's also a remaking happening as well. At the same time as a breaking, there is a remaking happening if you allow it to, if you see it. But you can miss it and be stuck in the brokenness forever. And sometimes our body, our flesh, our emotions want to stay mad and depressed and upset because it feels good sometimes just to be upset and mad and pissed and destructive. But that is not healthy long term. That can poison everything you do and who you are. Choose, as hard as it is, choose with your self-talk, right? What you say and your situations around you. At the most broken time is the most sensitive time for you to watch what you're listening to, what you're seeing, how you're speaking, and who you spend time around. You've got to quarantine. You've got to sterilize your life during those times, especially. Not isolate yourself, but choose different sets of people to be around. Choose how you're speaking differently about it. Excuse me. You know, choose what you're listening to and you know, what you're reading and what you're watching. There's times where I won't watch any TV at all. I usually don't, but I stay away from any kind of visual stuff. There's certain times I don't listen to any kind of music. There's certain times that I'm very specific on the books I read when I know God's going through a remaking process in me in some areas. And it happens all the time. This will happen until the day we die. Oops, sorry guys. So this will happen until the day we die. That God will continue to go through a remaking process with us in a lot of areas. So I just want to encourage you on that, guys, okay? You know, really understand that and there's freedom in that and there's victory in that. And that's what I want for you guys. I want you to live and to love at a higher level every day unapologetically. Live a legendary life. Master your day so you can elevate your life and cultivate that greatness and that genius that God put inside of you so I can come out and bless the world. We need it today more than ever. We need you to grow and become for all of us. All right? So I'm with you. I got your back. I love you. And I can't wait to talk to you again. Until next time, like, subscribe, share this video with 2 or 3 people if you think they'll get some value out of it. And you know, inbox me on my Facebook if you can or if you want to, and let me know your thoughts, comments, and any other topics that you'd like to hear me talk about, and I can give you my best opinion and my heart on it, okay? I love you guys. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. God bless you.